They say health is wealth. They say family is wealth, peace, happiness, gratitude. That sounds good. It is also wrong. Those are comforts. Those are the conditions of life. They are what you buy with wealth, but they are not wealth itself. If we are going to talk about escaping a machine, we must first agree on what the machine is made of. Wealth is stored power across time. It is the ability to command resources tomorrow, not just survive today. Food, land, labor, machines, energy, information. If you control these, you are wealthy. If you do not, you are dependent. You are a component within someone else's architecture. Do not confuse the map for the territory. Money is not wealth. Money is a receipt, a claim check for a meal you haven't eaten yet. If the restaurant closes, the receipt is just paper. Wealth is the kitchen. To understand the story of wealth, you must understand its forms. It has changed shape, but never its nature. Number 1. Biological wealth. For most of human history, wealth was skin and bone, children. Not for romance, not for emotion, for the continuation of labor. No children meant no future power. The family was the first corporation. Number 2. Informational wealth, knowledge, secrets, access. The man who knew the secret trade route through the mountains didn't need to carry the gold. He owned the path. Today, the one who knows the law, the algorithm, or the exploit before others do, converts that information directly into advantage. Information is the ultimate lever. Who knows the river crossing? Who knows the trade route? Who knows how to melt metal? Who knows the law before it is announced? Information lets you move first. First to buy, first to sell, first to escape. Today, it's algorithms, patents, insider access, same weapon, different language. Number 3, land, the oldest physical wealth. If you control land, you control the calories people need to live. You control where they sleep. Kings were simply landowners with bigger sticks. That has not changed. Number 4, productive assets, tools, workshops, factories. These are wealth because they transform reality. They take raw matter, metal, plastic, silicon, and turn it into a surplus. They create value while the owner sleeps. Workshops, factories, machines, businesses. These do one thing. They convert reality into surplus, metal into engines, sand into chips, trees into houses. Ownership of production is ownership of wealth creation itself. Number 5, metals and stores, gold, silver, things that are scarce. They are the batteries of human time. They don't do anything, but they hold the charge of your work so you can spend it 10 years from now. Gold and silver are not useful. You cannot eat them. They matter because they are hard to create and easy to recognize. They are batteries for human effort. You store today's work and spend it years later. That is all. Number 6, political capital, the wealth of who, names, connections, legal privilege. If the laws bend for you, or if your father's name opens a door that is locked for everyone else, you possess a form of wealth that no taxman can see. Names, families, connections. If your connection can make a call and laws change, you are wealthy. If rules bend for you, you are wealthy. No bank statement required. Number 7, systems. The modern empire, corporations, institutional structures. These are empires without crowns. They produce continuously, regardless of who is sitting in the office. This is the highest form of the machine, the central law. Across every era, one law never changed. Wealth is control over production, not prediction, not intelligence, not trading speed. Production. Look closely at the world. Nothing valuable is ever created by moving numbers between accounts. Nothing. Value is created only when energy is applied to matter, when human time is organized toward a purpose, when a tree becomes a house, when sand becomes a microchip. Everything else, the trading, the flipping, the speculation, is just accounting. It is people arguing over who gets the receipts. History compressed in tribes, land and children. In kingdoms, land, soldiers, and tax. In empires, trade routes and fleets. In industrial age, factories. Today, ownership of systems that produce without you present. Different tools, same function, transition to the machine. If wealth is ownership of production, then one question decides everything. Who owns the systems, and who only rents their life inside them? That difference is the machine. Throughout history, the shapes changed. In the tribe, it was land and children. In the kingdom, it was land and tax. In the industrial age, it was factories. Now, it is the ownership of systems. The function remains identical, control over production. Now let's talk about where you actually live. Not your country, not your city, the system. You are born. Before you can speak, a number is assigned to you. Before you can think, rules surround you. Before you earn a single cent, claims already exist on your future. This isn't a conspiracy. It's infrastructure. You aren't a citizen. You're an entry in a ledger. In the past, there was a king. He owned the land, he owned the army, and he taxed your wheat. Today, the king is invisible. The king is the central bank, the government, the regulator. Power is split into institutions, governments, central banks, regulators, currency controllers, different names, same function. You produce, they take first. Income tax, sales tax, property tax, registration fees, compliance costs, and the one people don't see, inflation. You never touch your full output. You receive what remains after extraction. Inflation explained plainly, they don't need to break into your house. They change the value of the unit you save in. You work 10 years. You save carefully. Then prices double. Nothing was stolen. Yet half your life disappeared. No announcement. No crime scene. You sell time to survive. Rent, food, transport, interest. Whatever remains is called savings. It is usually crumbs. You aren't building wealth. You are servicing a machine. The survival loop. Now look at your life. You sell hours, monthly, to pay rent, food, transport, electricity, interest. Whatever survives, this is called savings. It is not capital. It is delay. You are not building wealth. You are maintaining access to tomorrow. That's it. And then they offer you the upgrade. Debt. Debt is reverse ownership. It means someone else owns your future labor. You wake up every morning already owned by a bank. A car loan, a student loan, a credit card. You call it progress. I call it delayed servitude. You are running on a treadmill just to stay in the same place. Debt is not money you use early. Debt is ownership of you. It means someone else owns your future work. You wake up already obligated. You call it progress. It is pre-sold time. Servitude with better branding. Let's get real. If you are above 40 and you're drowning, stop dreaming of empires. Start with stabilization. Cut the noise. Kill the debt. Lower your burn rate. If you can't carry your own expenses without even a glass of water from someone else, you are not free. Fantasy is expensive and you can't afford it right now. Fantasy destroys people at this stage. You don't need inspiration. You need stability. The foundation rule, no consumer debt, a survival buffer. Only when you are debt-free can you even begin to think about wealth. Without this, all your investing is just gambling with fear. You are not choosing. You are hoping. Hope is not a strategy. The structural truth. Most people will never own systems. They will rent their lives and die inside accounting columns. Not because they are stupid, but because the machine was built that way. You didn't inherit land. You didn't inherit a political name. So the system tells you, trade faster, use leverage, take risks. Why? It offers you the casino doors, because the casino is where the poor go to lose their time. It does not offer you the ownership doors. They recycle losers. Ownership changes power, and power is protected. The line that cuts, they let you speculate. They don't let you control. The line that matters, they allow you to speculate. They do not allow you to control. That difference decides everything. So, what actually works? If gambling is extraction, and a salary is just survival, then where does real modern wealth come from? Not theory, not mindset, not dreams, not hustle, structures. If wealth is control over production and the machine taxes everything, then only a few paths remain. Not tricks, not shortcuts, structures. There are only 4 legitimate engines of wealth. Everything else is decoration. First, ownership of businesses. You own a piece of the output, not a salary, not a bonus. Ownership. When the software sells at 3 a.m., you earn. Your time is not exchanged. Your position is. Second, ownership of productive assets. Land that produces rent. Infrastructure. Things society cannot stop using. Warehouses, energy fields, infrastructure. Things society cannot remove without collapsing itself. Third, ownership of information. Patents, technology, proprietary systems, high-leverage skills, knowledge that compounds while you sleep. Fourth, ownership of systems, shares, funds, institutions. You don't predict the outcome of the game. You own the stadium where the game is played. This is the mathematical truth. Wealth grows from cash flow plus time plus reinvestment, not intelligence, not prediction, not speed, position. Wealth does not grow from your intelligence or your accuracy on a chart. It grows from position. There is an old ethical rule. Profit must come with risk. If you fund a worker, you accept the loss and you share the gain. That is real economics. This is why retail trading fails. There is no production, no ownership, no control. It is just a transfer of money from the desperate to the disciplined. The house always wins because the house owns the system. Now, the part nobody escapes. Mansa Musa, the richest man in recorded history, he had so much gold, he collapsed the economies of entire nations just by passing through them. Where is he now? Dust. Alexander, Caesar. The tycoons of the last century. Same ending. A grave. You don't own wealth. You rent it from time. You are a temporary manager of matter. If you build a mountain of money but lose your life in the process, the machine didn't serve you. You served the machine. You do not own wealth. You borrow it from time. You manage matter temporarily. Then it continues without you. That is the contract. Real wealth, when stripped of the accounting, collapses into 4 things: time control, low dependency, mental clarity, meaningful direction. Everything else is just numbers on a screen. You don't escape the machine by running faster inside the wheel. You escape by building something it cannot take without your permission. If you build money and lose your life, you failed. If you understand life and build systems around it, you won. I spent years analyzing these structures. I wrote something for those who are tired of the hustle and want to start building a life, not income strategies, life architecture, how to think in decades, how to design stability before ambition, how to avoid constructing a golden prison. It's called The Architecture of an Exceptional Life. It exists. The link is below. It exists if you need it. Stop trading your life for receipts. Start owning the machine. You don't escape the machine by running faster inside it. You escape by owning something it cannot take without your consent.